Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day. And as mentioned in the previous clip, that this answer will be like a puzzle. We're going to add pieces each and every week until we will see the final picture, the final answer. So we'll start off today. Imagine you see in front of you two small ladders. Two small ladders. One is on the right, one is on the left. The third step of both ladders is happiness. Now, these two ladders have a very different first and second step. Let's go to the right ladder, to the one that you imagine in front of you. Let's look at the name of step number 1 and step number 2. Step number 1 is when the person is content. And we will not explain in this clip, in this week, how we get there and what we do. Let's just give the name to the step, and that is contentment, when a person is content. Then there's another feeling within contentment, which we will label the second step. Now, it's not really that the second step is on a really higher level than the first step. It's just a deeper expression, which is blissful. So here we have the complete ladder. Contentment, blissfulness, which if you just want to label the top step, is happiness. It's just an inner spiritual happiness. If you ask me what's the difference of contentment and blissfulness, they're very, very similar. The way I see it, my interpretation, this might not be the answer, but the way I live these two feelings, contentment and blissfulness is very similar to the cycle of day and night. To me, night is contentment. You're just content, you're satisfied with the status quo. You don't need anything, you're just happy in the moment, living in the now. Contentment is an emotion of calmness and quietness. So for example, when I meditate in the morning, and the main meditation that I usually use is just noticing my breath, I need to always set an alarm for 15 and 20 minutes, because most of the time I actually fall asleep. So although I had a good night's sleep, but I am so content, so relaxed that I literally fall asleep, and I don't want to sleep. So if I do fall asleep after 5-10 minutes, the nap will just be for about 5 or 10 minutes. Then comes the feeling of blissfulness, which I usually feel this feeling is when I go camping or I take a walk in nature, and I'm walking down a path by itself. As this feeling begins to brew within me, my hands just goes out horizontal, and I begin to sing. And sometimes the words of my mouth, the words that come out of my mouth is, I'm a bird. I'm a bird. I feel the feeling of blissfulness. People describe blissfulness as they are on the 9th cloud. It's a more expressive energy than contentment, but it's very similar. It's more of an inner joy. That's the part of the 24-hour cycle that I call the day, when people are wide awake. So they both give you two different enjoyments. This is the first ladder. Contentment, blissfulness, and both equal awesome happiness. What's the ladder on the left? We only know the top step, which is happiness. We don't know yet what the first two are. So please join me next week, and we're going to go through the first two steps of the left ladder that brings us to happiness. Until then, always do remember, you're greater than you think you are. Thanks for joining.